Hi, I'm Dave Nerona, and we're here in the Sea to Sky backcountry. This is a brand new Skidoo Rev XP. For anybody who's looking for a sled to get into the backcountry to boondock, which is this. Or if you want to ski or snowboard, this is the machine to have in the mountains. It is super easy to ride, especially for a new rider. If you're looking at a 600, 800, go with the 800 for sure. You'll want to be there. You'll use the power when you're new, and as you get better, you won't need as much power, and then you will need that power as you get better because you'll go in tougher spots. One of the things that I like to do right away is take out my sway bar. That's the piece that attaches to the front suspension. Makes it a little bit more dodgy on the trail. But when you get off into the mountains, the machine will carve better because the suspension will work independently, and it'll just make for a much nicer ride, especially if you like carving through the deep powder. And you can also get a quick release that allows you to go put the sway bar in for trails and take it out for the mountains. I take mine completely out. Takes a couple of pounds off. Not that that really matters, but I also just like the way it rides. For those of you who are thinking, what should I get? 146, 154, 163? Basically, I go with a 146 just because I'm 5'6", 135 pounds, and I like to carve. It turns, and I find it climbs as well as a 154. Bigger guys go for a 154. It'll do pretty much the same thing as a 146. You're only talking about this much in difference in track length. And for the guys who really like to hill climb, they go for the 163. So I don't really need, I'm not big into hill climbing, and so this is the machine for me. Another thing that I've done that I think is really important on these XPs is the ventilation vent kit. You can see the site for Bill. He brings in these vents, $65 or $75 US, and he'll ship them to you up here in Canada. Awesome, super easy to put on, just rivets. Drill some holes and allows the air just to circulate through the engine and through the clutches, keeps everything nice and cool. And on the clutch side has the SLP as well as the vent, so no snow, no powder gets in there. So that's the Rev XP, and if you're looking to get one of these, drop the bomb and get it. They're awesome. Alright, a couple other things that you want to get when you buy your machine for sure. You want to get a skid plate. What it does, hooks onto the front end with rivets. Gives you a little bit better flotation, but it also protects the goodies, the A-arms and a few other things on there in case you hit a stump or any rocks early season. Great addition to get. The other thing we're going to talk about is scratchers. Alright, next thing we want to talk about getting for your machine are scratchers. What are scratchers? When you go up in the morning, early season or in the spring, trail's frozen, not a lot of snow comes off into your tunnel to cool the tunnel, so which is your coolant running through there. So scratchers, which are right here from on the top, they just come off. They're in the snow like that, kick up tons of snow, and will lubricate the rear skid and also push more snow up into the tunnel area. When you get up into the powder, up and away they go, really. Another thing you want to get for your machine, probably right off the showroom is a good idea, is a can. And what it does is the big muffler that comes with takes up this whole area, so you can't reach your chain case. You have to take it out to reach it, and you can't tighten the chain as well. So this can saves you about 9 pounds of weight. Sounds a little bit throatier, and you can reach all the chain tensioner to tighten, and much easier to take and change the chain case while leaving the can on. So real easy mod, and always makes the sled sound nice and juicy. Alright, one of the most important things if you're going to be skiing or snowboarding in the mountain is to get yourself a Cheetah factory racing. Dave, who makes these racks up in Pemberton, does an amazing job. I've had this rack now for 3 years. It basically doesn't even look like I've used it yet. I spend use it about 80 days a year for skiing. And how it works, this is set up for skis. My girlfriend and I ski, so you can get a snowboard for one side and ski bit for both sides. And very simply, take your skis, lift up, throw your skis in and your poles, tighten them up, and you're good to go. One thing to think about with the new XP, the tunnels are really thin, and a lot of times you'll get your snowboard or skis rubbing on your tunnel. So what I've done here is just taken a snowboard stomper pad. A snowboard shop will give you some of those for free. Stick them on, and then your tips of your skis or snowboard won't be rubbing on your tunnel, and it'll save. Guys have actually, believe it or not, worn through their tunnel with just their metal edges rubbing on it. So what another awesome mod to have. You can check them out at cheetahfactoryracing.com and get yourself a double D rack and either 2 skis holders or a snowboard holder. Make skiing and snowboarding in the mountains awesome. Alright, so there you have it. This is the brand new Rev XP from Skidoo. If you're looking for a great deal around the Lower Mainland, talk to Greg at Greater Vancouver Power Sports. You can call them at 888-8700 or go online and check them out at gvps.ca.